Welcome in, everybody. Today is a really big day in the National Basketball Association. This is the final day of group stage for the NBA Cup tournament, the new in-season tournament for the NBA. And so after today, we will know who will advance to the knockout stage of the NBA Cup in-season tournament. So really cool, really fun day, different scenarios. I am going to get into the scenarios right now. But before I do that, make sure to follow me at Twitter at Easy Money Wins for all of my official bets that I put my hard-earned money on at Easy Money Wins on Twitter. All right, guys, let's go into the scenarios for today. So the East is really simple. It's very, very simple. It all comes down to that Magic versus Knicks game. So the Magic and the Knicks play today. Both teams are 3-0. If the Knicks win and the Magic lose, essentially the Magic will clinch up that wild card spot. So how it works is there's three groups for each conference. All right. So the group winner from each conference advances to the knockout round, and then there's one wild card. That wild card, the tiebreaker is margin of victory. So right now Orlando has a 60-point margin of victory, all right? So it's going to be pretty much damn near impossible for them to squander that. They would have to lose by 35 points or something like that in order for the Boston Celtics or the Detroit Pistons or the Milwaukee Bucks to sneak into that wild card spot. So essentially, in the East, it's very simple. If the Magic lose, then it'll be the Knicks and the Magic getting in. The Magic will take control of that wild card tiebreaker, and then the Boston Celtics will be kicked out, and then the loser of Milwaukee and Detroit will be kicked out. All right. Now, if the Magic win and the Knicks lose, then it gets a little interesting. Okay, because then the loser of the Bucks and Pistons, they play today. The loser of that, as long as they don't lose by 4 points or more, they will then be the wild card team, okay? And then if they lose by four more points, then Boston would sneak in at the very last scenario. So that's it, guys. Just, all the other games, so essentially really don't matter in terms of NBA Cup. So that's why I'm going over these things. So all the other Eastern Conference games that are playing today, if you're not Orlando and the New York Knicks, if you're not Milwaukee Bucks and the Detroit Pistons, your games don't mean anything. You're literally knocked out already. So that's very simple for the East Coast. Let's go over the Western Conference. The Western Conference, I'll touch on it briefly, but it's pretty tricky. A lot of different scenarios. But simply put, Golden State has clinched. They're in. They've won the group stage no matter what. Houston Rockets, they have clinched. They've won the group stage. So those two teams, it does not matter what they do. They are officially winning their group. All right? Now, in the other group, you have San Antonio, Oklahoma City, and Phoenix. All right? So if Phoenix wins, they will be in a tiebreaker with Oklahoma City. Now, I'm saying that because Oklahoma City plays Utah. I will be very, very shocked if Oklahoma City does not beat Utah at home. They're in Oklahoma City. So I'll be very, very surprised if Oklahoma City does not win that game. All right? So if that happens, if Phoenix wins and beats San Antonio and Oklahoma City beats Utah, Oklahoma City has the tiebreaker against Phoenix. So Oklahoma City would be the group stage winner, and then Phoenix would have to hope that Dallas loses to Memphis because Dallas has a 41-point margin of victory. So essentially, if Dallas wins and beats Memphis, Dallas will become the wild card, unless Phoenix Suns beat the Spurs by like 23 more points than whatever Dallas beats Memphis by. And that's the simplest way to put the Western Conference, all right? So with all that said, I'll circle all these spots so as I'm talking about these games, we know who's really playing for a lot tomorrow, all right? Let's get into it, guys. I appreciate you guys listening to those scenarios. Let's get into the games. Okay, first game up, we have the Philadelphia 76ers at the Charlotte Hornets. And like I said, this game does not mean anything in terms of NBA Cup. They're literally just playing for winning the regular season game. All right. They will dress the floor up all pretty, and they'll wear the new jerseys or whatever it is they wear. It'll set the stage, but it doesn't matter. All right, so Philadelphia, this is the first game of a back-to-back. They're at home versus Orlando on Wednesday. Their big men are hurt. Embiid is out, and Andre Drummond is out for a couple games. So they don't really have a big guy. Luckily for them in this game, they're not going against a very physical, big front court in the Charlotte Hornets. So it's really not that big of a deal. They're getting a lot of people back. Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson. They're all probable. So they just came off a good win. They're 2-2 in their last 4 games. They just beat Detroit at Detroit 2 days ago. So Philly's trying to turn the corner here. And Paul George is also playing. So they've got enough there, guys. They've got enough there. Charlotte, this is the last game of a 5-game homestand for them. They've lost the previous 4 games. I mean, and they're really hurt. And I have to just double check this, but I'm pretty sure Miles Bridges is still out. I know LaMelo Ball is out. And Trey Mann, I need to see if he's still out, but I'm pretty sure he's still out. Those 3 guys are still most likely out. Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball, Trey Mann are out. Mark Williams is questionable. They did get Nick Richards back, their other tall front court guy. With all that said, I love Philadelphia to win this game. It's probably going to be a top play for me. It might even be a 4-unit play for me. Charlotte has been so lucky to cover these games. It's not even funny. I also lean. So the spread is -4.5 right now for Philadelphia. That's probably going to climb tomorrow, guys. It'll probably end at like -6. So if you like Philadelphia, you want to bet them as soon as possible. And I'm doing this podcast at like midnight Eastern Standard Time. So another play that I really love that I've been cashing so much on, guys, are these team total unders in the first quarter and the first half. I believe Charlotte fits this perfectly for tomorrow. It'll probably be like 26.5 in the first quarter and maybe like 52, 51.5 for the first half. And I mean, this game's probably going to be played at a slower pace anyways. Charlotte's been playing at a slower pace. I do like both of those to go under for Charlotte's team total first quarter, first half, team total unders. Okay, guys, enough of that game. I definitely will be on Philadelphia first quarter, first half tomorrow. That's a fact. Okay, next game, we have Washington at Cleveland. We can go really quickly on this game, guys, because Cleveland has no chance to go to the NBA knockout round. Washington most certainly does not either. Washington's on a 14-game losing streak or something like that. There's no back-to-back for them. Kyle Kuzma is still out. Cleveland, no back-to-back for them. They're off a big win against the Celtics at home. Ty Jerome is questionable with an illness. Dean Wade is questionable with like a knee injury or something. I can only look to the Cavs, guys. I cannot bet the Wizards right now. And until they break this losing streak and they show some type of like actual professional basketball level on the floor, I can only look Cavaliers first quarter, first half, full game, -16, and under 236. Now, what I do kind of like is the Wizards under their first half. They've been playing a little slower. I think that's intentional because they know that they can't score efficiently enough to get in shootouts. So I might look at betting the Wizards under their first half total tomorrow. We might get a really good number at like 54, 55.5. I kind of like that a lot. All right, next game, guys. All right, this is in my opinion the best game of the day, and I say that because Detroit basketball. I mean, that place is going to be packed. Detroit loves their basketball. All right, so they have a chance to go to the NBA Cup. This is like the most meaningful game they've ever played in like years. Okay, that place is going to be packed out tomorrow. Everyone's healthy for them. This is the first of the back-to-back. They do go to Boston on Wednesday, but they could care less about that game. They are focused on this game, completely focused on this game. All right, the Milwaukee Bucks, this is also a first of a back-to-back for them as well. They play at home against Atlanta on Wednesday. All right, so the Bucks have won 6 straight, and they've won like something like 8 out of their last like 12 or 11 games or something like that. But with that said, a lot of their wins have been at home. They did have a really nice road win at Miami in the NBA Cup game last Tuesday without Giannis. That was very impressive. I will give them that for sure. But still, it's just something to think about. They have not been pulling out these games on the road as of late. And they did let Miami climb back into that game a little bit last Tuesday. So something to think about here with that. You know, they've been winning at home. Let's see them go on the road and do it again and beat a Pistons team. Like, do we think that's going to happen? Personally, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to bet this game. I want to bet both teams. I really think Detroit is just super hungry for this game. But then I know Milwaukee is also trying to sustain their winning, and they also want to get into the knockout stage. They went to the semifinals last year, and they lost to the Pacers in the NBA tournament. They were very close to winning that. So both teams want this badly. The line is Milwaukee minus 3.5. I think that's a great line. I don't know, guys. I'm probably going to stay off of this. I might look at the over-under is 222, and it has come down. Both of these teams know that, like, in terms of tiebreakers, they don't need to be scoring a lot of points to, like, sneak in. Like, that's basically pointless. But they just well, let me see real quick. Let me see. What's the points scored for Boston? Because that's really what matters. If Orlando is to win against the Knicks, then it would come down to the Celtics and the loser of the Bucks and the Pistons. Let's see here. They have 482. Wow, they'd have to score 128 points. The Pistons would. Yeah, I mean, they do need to score points if they do want that tiebreaker against the Celtics. Like, the loser of this would want to be in the high 120s, just in case they lose exactly by 4 or 5 points exactly. So, that's close. I don't think it matters. They're not thinking about that tiebreaker. They're just thinking about winning and winning their style. And honestly, Detroit likes to play a slower pace. They like to play the slower pace. I agree with that. I think it's going to be kind of like a Game 7 atmosphere a little bit, right? And if you know anything about sports betting, you want to bet Game 7's under. So I totally understand the line move to under 222 right now, and I lean that way. Might even be good to have some, like, first quarter, first half unders on some teams here. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. But yeah, that's that game, guys. Don't have an official play on that. Okay. Next game is the Indiana Pacers at the Toronto Raptors. They just played each other like 8 games ago, and the Raptors won at home by 11 points. So Indiana's definitely going to want to try to get some revenge. The Raptors have been playing really well. I didn't get a chance to write my notes on this, so I'll just look at the let me look at the injury report for them right now. I think both teams are pretty healthy. Let's take a look at Toronto right now. I know R.J. Barrett's back. Let's see. Grady Dick, I believe, is questionable. Let's see. Grady Dick, he is questionable with a calf injury. So we'll see. We'll see if Grady plays or not. And then Bruce Brown is still not ready to go, and Emmanuel Quickley's still out. But other than that, everybody that they've had and that they've been playing well with is available to play tomorrow. Indiana, they got Nembhard back last game, but he didn't play. He barely played. So I mean, they're really easing him back in. He's listed as questionable. I think he plays, but again, he'll probably only play like 25 minutes. Andrew Nembhard, but everybody else is pretty healthy here. Let's see. Nesmith popped up. Let's see. Nesmith, still weeks away. He said still weeks away for Nesmith. So nothing crazy there. They played very tough at Memphis. They came out with a lot of fight, and they won the first quarter and the first half against Memphis in their last game, but then they got steamrolled in the second half, and they lost by 15 points. In the game before that, they lost to Detroit by 24 points. So Indiana's just not in good form still, guys. And I even called this because they went on a nice 3-game win streak, but that was against probably like the 3 worst teams in the NBA right now, in Washington, New Orleans, and Portland. So maybe not Portland, but I mean definitely Washington and New Orleans. Those are the 2 worst NBA teams right now currently. So, and then they went and they played 2 good opponents and they lost. So this is also the first of a back-to-back for them. They play at Brooklyn on Wednesday, but I lean Toronto here. Let me see what this line is for this game. Oh, it's like a pick 'em. They got Indiana minus 1.5. That's close, guys. That's close. I don't know. I mean, The Raptors are just playing really good basketball right now. Like, really good basketball. I mean, they've won their last 3 home games in a row. And the previous home game before that, they lost by 4 to Detroit on November 15th. And then they won against Sacramento in overtime on Saturday, November 2nd. So they've literally won 5 out of their last 6 home games. They play Oklahoma City at home. Like I said, it's the second game of a 7-game homestand for them. Oh, man, that's tough, guys. That's tough. I mean, Indiana needs to get right, and they'd already lost to them. Indiana is more talented. They're probably going to get up for this game. I don't know. I might have to touch Indiana, even though I really like what the Raptors are doing here. I think that might be a little too much here. Just to be, I mean, just a little low, just to be a pick'em. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Total is at 238.5. I like that over. The Raptors have been playing faster recently. They've been in some high scoring games with the Heat of all teams too. So I think Indiana, their last game went way over this at 249. I can only look over here. I can't blame you if you want to take Indiana overs if you just don't trust them against the spread and you want to take Indiana team totals over. I might do that myself because I don't know if Indiana's going to pull it out, honestly, guys. But I do lean that way. I do lean that way for sure. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, this is the other game of the day. We've got the Orlando Magic at the New York Knicks. And the Magic are on an incredible ATS record run right now. They have covered the spread in like 14 out of the last 15 games or something like that, guys. Like, just absurd. Just absurd. And so, just to, like, also put this in perspective, that it's just not sustainable, guys. So, like, moving forward, I am absolutely looking to fade the Orlando Magic. And it hurts me. It really does. Because they've made me so much money over the last, like, 3 or 4 seasons. I love this team. I love the Magic. I really, really love the Orlando Magic. But they can't keep this up. Like, to cover 14 out of the last 15 games is unreal. Unreal run. All right, injury-wise, they are healthy. This is except for, obviously, Banchero and Gary Harris. Like, no new injuries for them. And the Magic, they play at Philadelphia on Wednesday, like I already mentioned on the 76ers breakdown. So, but again, they don't give an F about that. Well, I mean, no, they don't give an F. I mean, they pretty much have it clinched up. They just can't lose by 30 points tomorrow, and they're good. But, you know, let's see if these teams played already this year. No, this is the first meeting between New York and Orlando. So that's interesting. Okay, so the Knicks, they finally got a good win. Well, not a good win. I mean, they smoked the Pelicans. And then the game before that, they were just playing with their food with Charlotte, which is really annoying. But they have Charlotte on deck on Thursday, but no back-to-back spot for them. They have to win this game, guys. They have to win this game. They've come out and said that they want to make it to the tournament. They're going to play frickin' hungry as crap tomorrow. I mean, today. Yeah. I'm going to be on the New York Knicks, guys. I don't know what the line is. I haven't looked at it. I hope it's not too crazy high. If it's like higher than -4, I'm going to be really sad. What the heck, guys? Dang, it's -5.5. Come on, guys. That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. Because the Knicks, they're not in great form right now. Like, they're so back and forth. That's so annoying. It's so annoying. This line should be lower, honestly. I mean, +5 with the Magic, who love to play a slow, like, physical, dirty game. Not dirty, but, like, you know, like, bumping down low, playing physical defense. Like, you know, this total is only at 214.5. That's really annoying line. That's like a playoff line. I mean, obviously, it basically is like a playoff game type of feel. I mean, at Madison Square Garden, you know the New York home crowd's going to be freaking ready to go tomorrow. That game's going to be fun. That game's going to be really, really fun to watch. Man, even at -5, I can only look Knicks. I mean, honestly, I think the value's on the +5 with the Magic. I think they're going to play a down and dirty physical game. And if you know last year, like the Magic series against the who was it against? Against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Those games went down to the wire. Those were like 1.2, 0.3 point games, like all of them pretty much, especially on the road, this is a road game for the Magic. So I think the value's on plus 5.5. There's some 5.5s out there for the Magic. I do think the Knicks win this game. I really, I don't feel great about that -5. I really don't. I'm going to have to think about that one, guys. Okay, but I will for sure be on Knicks first quarter, first half. Absolutely, I will be, and most likely I will lay down the -5. Not feeling great about it, but the Knicks are going to win that game, guys. I feel pretty confident about that. All right, next game up. Well, before we get to the next game, if you like what you're hearing, show some love. I'm doing this for free. You know, I work and I'm doing this on my so you have a 5 to 9. And I mean a 9 to 5, and then you have a 5 to 9. Like this is like my 6 to 12, like 6 p.m. to midnight type of thing that I do. So show some love, leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. I appreciate you guys. Okay, next game. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Utah Jazz. Let's take a look at what the injury is for really the Utah Jazz, but I'm on Oklahoma City first. We'll go there. Oklahoma City, they're in the middle of a really, really weird scheduling spot. They have like 8 games on the road out of 9. So this is their lone home game. They're literally in the middle of a 9-game road trip, and they're like, oh wait, no, we'll cut the road trip short. We'll come home, play Utah, and then head back out to the East Coast. So they just lost at Houston, but won the 4 previous games before that. Like I said, Oklahoma City, they have to win this game if they want to make it into the tournament or at least have a chance at winning the tiebreaker. Again, they're going to need Dallas to lose, or they need to beat the Utah Jazz by like 30 points more than whatever Dallas beats Memphis by, if Dallas beats Memphis. So that's the situation for Oklahoma City. Or they need Phoenix to win and then them to win, and then they get in. But anyways, they need to score a lot of points in this game. Is basically what I'm saying against the Jazz, and so they're easily capable of that. And now let's take a look at the Utah Jazz. They just blew that game against the Lakers the other night. Will Hardy, the head coach, called a timeout as Colin Sexton was driving to the basket, and Colin Sexton hit the game winner with basically no time left on the clock. But it didn't count because he called the timeout. So, yeah, that was a really bad coaching move there by him. And they're on a 4-game losing streak. And let's see, this is the first of a, 7-game road trip for them. But they're off until Friday. So they have 2 days off. So they'll be rested. Take a look at this injury report for the Utah Jazz. I think Jordan Clarkson and Kyle Filipowski are out, but everybody else looks to be able to play. Just double check that. Yeah, Clarkson and Filipowski are out. They are not going to play. So everyone else is good, though. I mean, you got Keontae George, Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, Walker Kessler. I can only look points here, guys. Let me see what this over-under is at. 224. Oh man, I'm definitely going over that because the Thunder, they need to score in this game. The Jazz, they have capable scorers. Wow, the spread is -15. Whoa, that's a high spread. I mean, obviously it needs to be high because the Thunder would have to win by like 25 points more than whatever the Jazz. I mean, I think going points might be a better bet than going over that spread because the Jazz have a little bit of pride. Like, yeah, they can get blown out. I mean, let's take a look at their last 4 road games. At San Antonio, they lost by 8. At LA, they lost by 6. At the Clippers, they lost by 11. At Sacramento, they lost by 4. Then they come home, beat New York. Then they lose by 13 to San Antonio. They lose by 19 to Denver. They lose by 12 to Dallas, and they lose by 1. So, like, this team, they've only gotten blown out once, like, over this number in their last, 10 games. Really, in their last, 12 games or something like that. So, I don't know what that spread's kind of high, guys. It makes me honestly kind of want to bet the Utah Jazz. Well, you know what? You know what's going to be a really good value, guys? Well, I don't know because it's like it's weird. Like the Thunder want to score points, but they really just want to win by margin of victory. And the Thunder play really good defense too. So I'm gonna have to think about this one, guys. I'm gonna have to think about this one because I like I want to bet Utah Jazz points over like first quarter, first half. I with that big of a spread, you're gonna get insane value on the Jazz like points. Like if it's 23 and a half over 23 and a half over 24 and a half points in the first quarter, like I mean, I think the Jazz get to 25 points. I think over, guys. I really like that over 224. I don't. I mean, sure, the Thunder could win by 20, but then I don't. That's tough, guys. That's tough. I'm probably gonna look points there, not the spread. All right, enough of that game. Let's keep it moving. We've got Memphis Grizzlies at the Dallas Mavericks, and like I said, Dallas needs to win this game so that they basically clinch the wild card berth. They've got a 41 point margin of victory right now over the course of their first three games. So if they win this game, they're pretty much assuring themselves a spot as the wild card. If they lose, they're not officially out, but they're pretty much officially out because they would need Oklahoma City to lose to Utah. I would be very shocked if Oklahoma City loses to Utah. So really, really not going to happen there. And then as an outsider chance, Portland could also go to 3-1. I don't think they are going to, but as an outsider chance, Portland could go to 3-1 just in case Oklahoma City loses and Dallas loses. Then that would open up a huge, wide array of scenarios for teams getting in. But I really highly doubt those three things happen. Okay, so with that said, let's check out Dallas's situation. They have won 8 games out of their last 9. Their next game is at Washington, the Wizards, on Thursday, so this is just a clear focus spot for them. No back-to-backs. They're fully rested at home. Their injury situation. Ooh, Derek Lively. What's going on with him? Derek Lively's questionable. They're going to need him in that game, guys. Klay Thompson is questionable. Najee Marshall's been ruled out, and that's kind of a tough break for them too, guys, because Najee Marshall's been balling recently. So I don't love that injury report for them. Like, yeah, they'll have Luka, yeah, they'll have Kyrie, Jaden Hardy, Quentin Grimes off the bench, Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench. Like the guards are in great shape. They don't necessarily need Klay Thompson. I guess they don't necessarily need Najee Marshall either. I mean, so they'll be okay from a scoring perspective. PJ Washington's still there. Maxi Kleber's still there. They still have Daniel Gafford. They really need Lively, guys. If Lively plays, I feel pretty damn good about Dallas getting a win here. I mean, not like great, but I really respect Memphis. Memphis is a juggernaut. I mean, let's just be flat out. If you don't know yet, Memphis Grizzlies are a juggernaut, like they are. So if this is your first time understanding this, like I could easily see Memphis beating Dallas tomorrow. Let's take a look at Memphis. They have won 6 games in a row. The majority of those games were at home, where they play amazing anyways. So this is like their first road game in a while. So already off break, and I don't know what the historical trends are for this, but I am always looking to fade a team in the first quarter and the first half where they're going on the road for the first time in like over a week. So Grizzlies have not played a road game since Saturday, November 23rd. They're going to be out of their home environment. That's a big change. In my opinion, it's a big enough change where I am looking to bet Dallas first quarter, first half, no matter what. As long as Dallas is not in a weird scheduling spot. I mean, they're coming off they're coming off a back-to-back road game. Like they were just recently home last Wednesday. So, I mean, this is fine. Like, I mean, it's not like a home shock for them. Like, they were home last week. This is not that big of an issue. Okay, so that's already what I'm thinking about. Over-underwise, I'm already thinking Memphis plays a huge pace. They're not going to slow down, and they're on the road. They might be playing from behind. So let me take a look at this line, guys. Got Mavericks -4. Huh. I lean that way, but if it gets any higher, I'm thinking Memphis because I know Memphis would love to play spoiler right now. I know they would love to play spoiler right now. And for Memphis, everyone is healthy except for Zach Edey. So they're ready to go, guys. I lean Dallas in this spot. I'm definitely going to bet them first quarter, first half. I don't know about full game. I definitely respect Memphis, and I think that they could get it done. Totals at 240 and a half, 241. Betting unders in Memphis games are just not smart. I definitely look over for them. Dallas has been picking up some scoring as well, too. So I only look over there. I think I'm going to get there with the over as well. I think I am. Okay, next game. We've got like, what, 4 games left? All right, let's knock them out, guys. Let's knock them out. Okay, next game. We've got the San Antonio Spurs at the Phoenix Suns. This is a huge game, really for both teams, but the Spurs have a chance to clinch with this game. If they win this game, they have the tiebreaker over Oklahoma City. So because they beat Oklahoma City, and so yeah, big game for them. Obviously, Phoenix would need a lot of help, guys. Phoenix would need a lot of help. Again, they would need Memphis to beat Dallas, which really okay. They don't need that much help. They really just need Memphis to beat Dallas. If Memphis beats Dallas and they win, Oklahoma City wins, they will get into the wild card. If Dallas wins, then they would need to beat the Spurs by basically 25 points more than whatever Dallas beat Memphis by. So if Dallas beats Memphis by 10 points, Phoenix is going to need to win by 35 points, essentially. So that's the situation for Phoenix. Yeah, we'll see, man. It's that Memphis Dallas game. That's the game right there, guys. That's the game because they'll have the tiebreaker over Portland for sure, unless Portland blows out the Clippers, which I highly doubt. So again, it's all going to come down to that Dallas Memphis game for the West. All right. Let's take a look here. They've been alternating wins. They've had Durant back for like 3 games, and they're 2-1 with Durant. They just beat the Golden State Warriors at home the other day by 8 points. That was a really solid win for them. They are at New Orleans Thursday, so no back-to-back for the Phoenix Suns. Injury-wise, I think Nurkic is out. Nurkic is out. He'll be reevaluated in a week, so he's probably out for like 2 weeks. Bradley Beal is probable. So they got everybody except for Nurkic. The backup center is Mason Plumlee and Oso Ighodaro. Man, I really wish they had Nurkic out there. I want to bet Phoenix, but I don't know about that because San Antonio, they've been balling. They have won 5 out of their last 6. They have won 8 out of their last, 12. I mean, they're balling, guys. I think they have a winning record right now. They're 11-9. Yeah, they're 11-9. They play at home Thursday, and so they start like a 5-game homestand on Thursday. So this is, like I said, man, this is a big game. It's a big game. Let me see what this line is. Everyone's healthy for the Spurs. I mean, Jeremy Sochan, he doesn't matter, and Trey Jones, he really doesn't matter either. But yeah, they're ready to go in this game, guys, and they're in great form. Wow, that line's -6. Okay. I mean, I understand it, but I think the value's with the Spurs, honestly. I mean, I don't. That's a tough line, guys. That's a tough line. I could see betting both sides of that, honestly. Because I do think Phoenix wins that game. I do. But then I could see them just winning and the Spurs covering. And then I could also see Phoenix kind of pulling away late and winning by 8, winning by 7. So probably going to stay off that. But first quarter, first half, I do like the Suns. I'll probably get there with that with the shorter numbers. Over-unders at 229, 228. I think that's a little bit of under money coming in. Let's see where. Oh, no, it's a little over money. It's over money. So I understand that because San Antonio's been scoring a lot recently. I kind of wonder with the intensity of the game, though. I don't know. I'm gonna think that over, guys. I'm gonna think that over for sure. Okay, next game, everybody. Next game. We got... Oh, I'm going to be on this game heavy, guys. Houston Rockets at the Sacramento Kings. The line is plus 2.5 to Sacramento, even though Sacramento is the home team. Over-under is at 224, and it's going up a little bit, 225. And let's check the injury report here. Houston is just winning and winning all the time and losing by a little bit whenever they lose. So, man, this team's good, guys. This team's good. And I've been on them. I love to bet them. They'll be at Golden State on Thursday. Let's see what the injury situation for them is. It's nothing. They're fully healthy, literally fully healthy. Nobody hurt at all. So that's great for them. They're flying high. They just beat Oklahoma City at home, and they had 2 overtime wins before that. These teams have not played yet this season, so this is a big game. This is a big game for them. They obviously don't like Golden State, but, you know, let's focus on Sacramento. They'll be focused for this one. No back-to-back for them. The Kings are a hot mess right now. A hot mess. They're starting games well, and then they're not finishing well. And then they did finish well at Minnesota, but they have lost 6 out of their last 7 games, and it's been a mixture of home games and road games. They get Houston at home, and then they'll go out on the road on Thursday to at Memphis and San Antonio on Friday, and then they'll come back home for like a 5-game homestand for the rest of December. They'll be at home a lot after they go to Memphis and San Antonio. So they've been home since Sunday. They're geared up for this one, guys. Trust me, they want this one. They lost by 2 points to San Antonio last game, and before that they had a really bad road loss by 9 points at Portland. So I am going to be on... Hold on, let me take a look at the injury report before I get all excited. Yeah, they're fully healthy. DeMar DeRozan's back. Sabonis is good. Kevin Huerter is questionable. Let me see. Huerter was a full participant in Monday's practice. He's listed as questionable. He'll probably play, but he's not starting anymore. They said Malik Monk is going to be starting now. That's what Mike Brown said. So Malik Monk will be starting for them moving forward. So I guess they're just trying to shake it up. But I like that. Put your best players on the floor. When you're in a bad losing streak, you got to make something happen, make it shake. So I'm going to be on the Kings, guys. And I've been actually kind of breaking even with the Kings here and there. I don't know. I might actually be up betting the Kings through their losing streak just because I'm in selectively taking their points. And with the over-under at 224, I'm telling you right now, guys, I am pretty confident that game's going to go over the point total. I think the Kings are going to have an amazing game. I think they are going to get a really, really much-needed win. I think you could play it whatever way you want. You want to play spread, money line, team total over, first quarter team total over, first half team total over. I think the Kings get there. They get it done. I think they go crazy tomorrow against the Rockets and hand the Rockets. The Rockets have been flying just a little too high, just a little too high. The Kings are going to bring them back down to earth here. Kings are going to get a much, much needed home win, guys. Okay, next game we have the Golden State Warriors at the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets have a slimmest chances of getting into the knockout stage as a wild card team. They would need a lot of scenarios to happen, but they're not going to get in, guys. They're not. Again, Oklahoma City is going to beat Utah, and then that's going to seal the fate of all the 1 and 2 teams trying to go to 2 and 2. Golden State's on a 4-game losing streak, guys. They just lost at Phoenix. They are off on Wednesday. They're back home Thursday for 3 games, and then they head back on the road for a little bit. But let's take a look at their injury report. Steph Curry and Draymond Green are on there. And again, this game doesn't really... I mean, it does matter because they want to stop losing. They've lost 4 in a row. So I don't think Draymond's going to play. He didn't practice on Monday due to calf tightness. He's considered doubtful. So he is considered doubtful for Tuesday. So that that confirms my thought on that. So Curry is probable. So already off of that, I'm already thinking over. Whenever Draymond's not playing, that defense is definitely missing their general, and I don't lean that at all. I'm going to be looking to the over. I don't even know what it is yet, but I already know I'm looking that way. Denver, they're off of loss at the Clippers. They've been alternating wins and losses for like the last 10 games, essentially. Pretty much. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. The small 2-game losing streak in there. And they've been like home away, home away, home away pretty much too. So now they're back home, and then they go back away to an East Coast road trip. No, actually, man, the road trip they've got coming up is weird, guys. They go at Cleveland, at Washington, at Atlanta. Then they go all the way across country to Portland. And then they go, oh, no, sorry. That's the break between the NBA Cup. So, yeah. There'll probably be a game in between there that they'll add in. I forgot about that. So, yeah, they got Golden State at home. Let's check a look at the injury report. Our boy Aaron Gordon came back last game. Let me see here. Peyton Watson's on there too, but he's been playing. Watson is probable, and Aaron Gordon is probable. Aaron Gordon probably won't play more than 25 minutes, though, so we have to keep that in perspective. And, man, guys, just playing the trend right here. Denver going win-loss, win-loss. They just off a loss. They're coming back home. I like them to win. I do. Especially with Draymond not playing. Even though the Warriors are on a 4-game losing streak, and like the Warriors are my team. Like, I've been a fan since 2010, so I don't want to hear all the bandwagon stuff. Like, I was there when Monte Ellis was there. I'm a Warriors fan, and I'm telling you guys right now, they go on these losing streaks like the last couple seasons. Like, it wouldn't shock me at all that they lose a fifth one in a row, and then they come home Thursday and then beat Houston. So, would not be shocked at all if they lose. Let's see what the spread is for this. Oh, wow. It jumped up to -5. I don't agree with that. I mean, spread-wise, Warriors plus 5.5, even without Draymond. I lean Warriors. I don't feel great about it, but, man, I wanted to take the Nuggets. I want to take Nuggets first quarter, first half. Over-under's at 238. It has climbed. It opened at 235.5. It's down. So, yeah, I mean, I understand that move for sure. I like the over. I think the Warriors are going to play hard, and they got shooters, so they're probably going to shoot really well. I couldn't talk you off taking the Warriors team total over in the first quarter, first half full game. I think that gets there. I think they shoot the lights out the ball tomorrow. Okay, guys, let's get to that last game. It's the Portland Trailblazers at the Los Angeles Clippers. Portland. They're 8-13. They've been kind of win-loss alternating the last 8 games. Kind of. Let's see. They play Friday at home against Utah. No back-to-back for them. Coming off a loss to Dallas. Dallas was on a back-to-back. Let's see here. Klingen's still out. Robert Williams III is out. Scoot Henderson, I believe, is probable. But their starting lineup is intact. They got DeAndre Ayton, Jeremy Grant, Kamara, Sharp, Simons. Let's take a look here. I already know which way I'm going with this game, guys. I already know. Let's see. Oh, he's questionable. Scoot Henderson's questionable, but he's been playing, so I think Scoot plays tomorrow. Robert Williams is out. So, all right, let's take a look at the Clippers really quickly here. We got them kind of alternating wins and losses their last 5 games, but that was during a road trip. They won at home against Denver. And I've been saying this, guys, like, you really, with betting with any sport, but in basketball, that leadership from the head coach is so critical to just get your team up and ready. I mean, for daily sports in general, like NHL, MLB, and just like NBA. Like getting your players up to go every day, no matter who's available to play, and Ty Lue just gets the most out of his team. He really, really does. So, That's just something to know going forward. Like Ty Lue, you got to respect Ty Lue, guys. That guy gets his team ready to go. This is the first of a back-to-back for the Clippers. They'll play Minnesota on Wednesday at home. This is the second game of a 4-game homestand for them. Norman Powell was back last game. He'll probably play in this game too. And again, for the Clippers, it doesn't matter. They're knocked out of the possibilities of getting in. Well, no, technically they're not. Technically they're not. But again, you need Oklahoma City to lose, and you need Dallas to lose, and then you need a whole bunch of other scenarios to come through for you. So this game's pretty much done for them. But anyways, everyone's good except for Kevin Porter Jr. Everyone's ready to go, ready to play. So, yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. is ruled out. I can only look, see where the line's at. -9 for the Clippers. Ooh, and I forgot, guys. The Trailblazers beat the Clippers already this season. If you remember, back in what was it? How much long ago was that? That was, where's that game at? The Clippers. That was October 30th, so a month ago. So I don't know if they're necessarily going to. They probably remember it, but are they going to be extremely motivated for it? I don't know. I think they get up for this game a little bit. I mean, obviously they have Minnesota, which is a more important game for them for playoff tiebreakers and such. So I mean, there probably will be some minute restrictions, but still, regardless, they're going to want to beat them. I'm definitely thinking first quarter, first half. Let's see. Let's hope this total's high. Ooh, yeah, this total's high enough where I think we can fade Portland first quarter, first half team total under too as well. I think it's a really good look because the Clippers like playing defense, Trailblazers like playing slow. I really thought that over-under was going to be more at 212-ish, honestly. So that's great. So we'll bet the Trailblazers under in the first quarter, first half. They can't score. If you know, you know. Trailblazers can't score 30 points in a quarter. I think they've only done it maybe 10 times all season. And there's been 23 games. And the NBA team scored 30 points in a quarter like it's nothing. So for them to only do it 10 times out of 100 quarters, that's awful. That's really, really freaking bad. All right, guys. That is the show. That's the show. I knocked out 11 games in 47 minutes. Show some love, guys. Show some love. I appreciate you guys listening. I work really hard at this. Obviously, I'm trying to grow my brand and everything. So tell a friend, share my content. I'm a winning sports bettor long term, guys. I am. I've got the secret sauce. I really do. So I'm gonna make you guys money if you play my plays. I can't guarantee it, but I have not had a losing NBA season since I've started doing this. I've had over 3,000 bets publicly documented on my Google Excel sheet and my Twitter. At free NBA plays before I started doing easy money wins this year. So, yeah, thousands of bets, guys, at a 54% win percentage at -110 juice. That's a lot of money. So, show some love. Appreciate you guys. Let's have a day.